What if I told you? There was a footballer who lit fireworks inside his own bathroom. A man who once wore a shirt that said, "Why always me?" and made the entire world ask the same thing? A player who could score a goal that made millions scream with joy. And then, 5 minutes later, get a red card? How many matches has Mario Balotelli played? How many times has he been sent off? What was the most insane fight he ever got into, on or off the field? And how many goals did he actually score? In his chaotic, dramatic, unforgettable career? Was he a hero? A villain? Or just a misunderstood genius? Today, you won't just hear the answers. You'll feel them through the language of football, emotion, and English. This is not just a lesson. It's a journey. One that will teach you English. Yes. But also how failure, fame, and fire can shape a legend. Stay with me till the end, because when we finish, you'll know more English than before. And you'll finally understand why he said, "Why always me?" Chapter number 1. Small Town, Big Dreams. It started far from the lights of Milan. In a small town called Palermo, in Sicily, a baby was born in 1990. His name was Mario Balotelli. He didn't cry more than most babies. But soon, he would make the whole world shout. Mario was the child of immigrants from Ghana. His parents were poor. And when he was very young, he became very sick. His stomach didn't work properly, and he needed serious medical care. That's when a new family stepped in, the Balotellis, an Italian family who adopted him and raised him in the northern city of Brescia. Fact drop. Born August 12, 1990, in Palermo, Italy. Adopted by the Balotelli family at age 3. Suffered from a life-threatening intestinal illness as a baby. As a boy, Mario was different. He was fast, strong, confident. But he was also loud, wild, and sometimes angry. Everywhere he went, people stared. He was a black child in a white Italian town. Even at age 10, he felt like an outsider. Still, when he played football, everything changed. The ball didn't care what color he was. The field didn't care about his past. English focus, childhood and family vocabulary. English word, meaning, example sentence. Adopted, taken into another family. Mario was adopted by the Balotelli family. Immigrant, a person who moves countries. His parents were immigrants from Ghana. Illness, sickness. He had a serious illness as a child. Outsider, someone who doesn't belong. He felt like an outsider in his town. Confident, sure of oneself. Even young, Mario was confident. By age 15, Mario joined La Mezzane, a small club in Italy. Just 2 years later, he was picked up by Inter Milan, one of the biggest clubs in Europe. Most kids only dream of this. Mario? He was just getting started. He scored his first Serie A goal before he turned 18. He played with legends. And his name, Mario Balotelli, was now echoing across Italy. Fact drop. First pro match, age 15 at La Mezzane. Joined Inter Milan, 2007, age 17. First Serie A goal, against Regina, in 2008. But even then, he wasn't like other players. Coaches said he didn't listen. He'd smile at yellow cards, talk back to referees. He was exciting and unpredictable. You never knew what would happen next. Quick quiz, test your learning. What city was Mario born in? A. Brescia. B. Milan. C. Palermo. D. Rome. What is the English word for feeling like you don't belong? A. Confident. B. Immigrant. C. Outsider. D. Illness. How old was Mario when he joined Inter Milan? A. 16, B. 17, C. 18, D. 19. As we move into Chapter 2, ask yourself, can talent survive without discipline? And what happens when a small-town boy enters a world of big egos, big stadiums, and even bigger pressure? Chapter number 2, The Young Lion Roars. When a lion walks into the arena, people stare. When a teenage Mario Balotelli stepped onto the pitch at Inter Milan, people gasped. He was only 17, but he played like he owned the stadium. Balotelli wasn't just strong, he was fearless. He ran at defenders like they were ghosts. And when he shot, the ball moved like a rocket. In his very first season, he scored in the Coppa Italia. Then he scored twice in a match against Juventus, one of Italy's most powerful teams. The fans started to cheer louder. The press started to write more. And Mario? He started to believe he could do anything. Fact drop. First Coppa Italia goal, January 2008 versus Regina. 2 goals versus Juventus, Italian Cup, January 2008. Youngest Inter Milan player to score in Champions League at the time. But for every cheer, there was a warning. His coach, Jose Mourinho, once said, "Balotelli is a great player, but he's still a kid." And that kid didn't always play by the rules. Balotelli skipped meetings. He argued with coaches. He made wild decisions on the field, and even more off the field. Once, he picked up a yellow card just for clapping sarcastically at a referee. Mourinho, a master of discipline, tried to control him. But Mario didn't want a leash. He wanted freedom and fire. English focus, verbs and emotions. Word meaning, example sentence. Gasp, to breathe in suddenly in surprise, fans gasped when Balotelli scored. Argue, to disagree verbally. He often argued with his coaches. Sarcastic, saying the opposite to mock. He clapped in a sarcastic way at the referee. Fearless, not afraid. Mario was fearless on the field. Discipline, controlled behavior or training. Mourinho demanded discipline from his players. But here's the twist. Even when he messed up, he still scored goals. He helped Inter win the Serie A title. He played in the Champions League. He became a symbol of power and chaos. Still, behind the goals was a boy who never quite felt accepted. Racist chants echoed from the stands. Angry fans threw bananas. Instead of support, he often got suspicion. It was hard to be young, harder to be black, hardest to be both, and famous. Balotelli began to feel the pressure building. Backdrop. Helped Inter win 3 Serie A titles, 2007 to 2010. Faced racism from fans in Italy, a key issue in his early career. Champions League debut at age 18. Jose Mourinho once benched him during a key match because he ignored simple instructions. Another time, Mario received a red card for kicking another player out of frustration. Quick quiz, choose the correct answer. What team did Mario score twice against in 2008? A. Milan, B. Juventus, C. Roma, D. Lazio. What emotion best describes someone who isn't afraid? A. Sarcastic, B. Fearless, C. Disciplined, D. Tired. What did Mourinho want from Balotelli? A. More goals, B. More fans, C. More discipline, D. More interviews. As we end this chapter, the question becomes clear. Can raw talent survive in a world that demands control? And what happens when that raw power moves to a new country, a new league, where the pressure only grows? Chapter 3: Fame and Fireworks. Imagine scoring a goal in one of the biggest leagues in the world, then getting a red card just 15 minutes later. Imagine becoming a champion in front of millions and setting off fireworks in your bathroom the night before. Welcome to Balotelli in England. In 2010, Mario Balotelli joined Manchester City. The club paid £24 million for him, and fans hoped he would be their secret weapon. At just 20 years old, he was fast, powerful, and full of flair. In his Premier League debut, he scored within minutes. A few weeks later, he was suspended for violent conduct. Mario wasn't here to follow the script, he was here to rewrite it. Backdrop: joined Manchester City, August 2010. Transfer fee, £24 million. First PL goal, October 2010 vs Wolves. Received 3 red cards during his Premier League run. Fireworks incident, October 2011. Bathroom fire caused by indoor fireworks. Balotelli became a media storm. He gave money to homeless people, bought a trampoline and quad bike for fun. Was stopped by police with £25,000 in his car. When asked why, he simply said, "Because I am rich." His most iconic moment? A goal against Manchester United in 2011. After scoring, he lifted his shirt to reveal the words, "Why always me?" It became a meme, a slogan, a warning. Balotelli was brilliant and uncontrollable. English focus, idioms and phrasal verbs. Phrase, meaning, example sentence. Follow the script. To behave as expected, Balotelli never followed the script. Light up. To become exciting or explosive, he lit up the match with his performance. Blow up. To explode or become famous suddenly, his personality made him blow up in the media. Out of control. Unmanageable. Balotelli often seemed out of control. Set off. To start something, usually suddenly, he set off fireworks, indoors. But behind the headlines, he was making history. In May 2012, Balotelli assisted Sergio Aguero's last-minute goal that won Manchester City the Premier League, their first in 44 years. That pass changed football history. Backdrop: Premier League champion, 2011-12. Assist to Aguero's 93rd minute goal versus QPR. Why always me? Shirt, October 23rd, 2011 versus Man United. Still, not everyone loved him. His coach, Roberto Mancini, tried to defend him, but eventually gave up. "I love Mario, but sometimes I don't like his behavior," he once said. By early 2013, after multiple suspensions, arguments in training, and fines, Balotelli left Manchester City. Quick quiz, test your knowledge. What caused a fire in Mario's house? A. Cooking accident. B. Electrical fault. C. Fireworks. D. Candles. What was written on Balotelli's famous shirt? A. I am the best. B. Why always me? C. Made in Italy. D. Red Card King. Who scored the winning goal in 2012 after Mario's assist? A. Yaya Touré. B. Tevez. C. Sergio Aguero. D. David Silva. As the curtains closed on his Premier League chapter, the world asked, was Mario a genius trapped in chaos? Or caves hiding behind moments of genius? Chapter 4: Redemption and Roars. Can you be a hero if the world doesn't trust you? Can you change your story with just one game? After leaving Manchester City in 2013, Balotelli returned to his home country, Italy. He signed with AC Milan, hoping to find peace, respect, and maybe a second chance. And this time, he came back with something to prove. Fact drop. Returned to Italy, January 2013. Joined AC Milan, scored 12 goals in 13 games during his first half-season. First match with Milan, scored 2 goals versus Udinese. At Milan, the fans welcomed him. The stadium roared again. But the real redemption came not with a club, but with a country. That summer, Italy played in Euro 2012, and Balotelli was called up to lead the attack. He didn't disappoint. He scored one of the most beautiful goals of the tournament, a long-range rocket against Germany in the semi-final. Then he scored again, a powerful header. Italy won 2-1. But it wasn't just the goals that moved people. It was the moment after. Balotelli ran to the sidelines. He flexed his muscles. He stood like a warrior. But when the final whistle blew, he ran into the stands and hugged his mother and cried. English focus, emotion vocabulary. Word meaning, example sentence. Redemption, the act of being forgiven or rising again. His return to Milan was his chance at redemption. Roar, a loud deep sound of approval. The crowd roared when Mario scored. Warrior, a strong fighter. He stood like a warrior after the goal. Whistle, a sound signaling start/end. After the final whistle, he hugged his mother. Flex, to show your muscles. He flexed after scoring the goal. It was a moment no one expected from Mario, strength and softness. He became Italy's top scorer in the tournament. And though Italy lost the final to Spain, Mario Balotelli had become more than a striker. He was a national symbol of courage, passion, and overcoming hate. Backdrop. Euro 2012, 3 goals, Italy's top scorer. Named in UEFA Team of the Tournament. Most famous photo, Balotelli crying with his mother after the semi-final. Still, the peace didn't last forever. In 2014, at the World Cup, Mario scored in Italy's first game, but Italy failed to make it out of the group stage. Critics came back. So did the press. But Mario? He never stopped believing in himself. Quick quiz, multiple choice. What club did Mario return to in 2013? A. Juventus. B. Inter Milan. C. AC Milan. D. Napoli. How many goals did Mario score against Germany in Euro 2012? A. 1. B. 2. C. 3. D. None. What word means a second chance or rising again? A. Roar. B. Flex. C. Redemption. D. Warrior. As this chapter closes, we see a new Balotelli. Not just a fighter, but a figure of pride. Not just controversial, but capable of beauty on the biggest stage. Chapter 5, Lost and Found. Some stories end with a trophy, some with a scandal. But Mario Balotelli's story kept moving, even when the cameras stopped. After Euro 2012 and a less-than-perfect 2014 World Cup, Mario made a move that raised eyebrows. He joined Liverpool in the English Premier League. This time, it wasn't fireworks. It was silence. At Liverpool, Mario struggled. He scored only 1 league goal. His style didn't fit the system. And without trust from the coach, he found himself on the bench, or off the squad entirely. The press called him a mistake. But mistakes, Mario knew, could be turned into lessons. Fact drop. Joined Liverpool, August 2014. Only 1 league goal in 16 Premier League appearances. Returned to AC Milan on loan in 2015. But where others saw failure, Mario saw a restart. In 2016, he joined OGC Nice in France. Many thought it was the end of his career, but he surprised everyone. In his very first game, he scored 2 goals. He smiled again. He ran again. He scored again and again. Over 2 seasons at Nice, he scored 33 goals in 61 games, one of the best scoring runs of his career. Fact drop. OGC Nice, 33 goals in 61 matches. Voted League 1 Player of the Month in March 2017. Left Nice in 2019 after brief move to Marseille. But Mario's journey didn't stop there. He returned to Italy to play for Brescia, his hometown club. He dreamed of taking them to greatness, but the dream ended early. The club was relegated. Mario left. Then came Monza, then Adana Demirspor in Turkey. And guess what? He scored on his debut, again. English focus, career vocabulary. Word meaning, example sentence. Relegated, dropped to a lower league. Brescia was relegated after a poor season. Comeback, a return to success after failure. Mario made a big comeback at Nice. Debut first appearance, he scored on his debut in Turkey. Loan, temporary move to another club. He went back to Milan on loan. System, a way of playing football. Tactics, his style didn't fit the system at Liverpool. Despite the ups and downs, Balotelli never gave up. He played. He scored. He rebuilt, even if the world wasn't watching anymore. Quick quiz. Check your understanding. What team did Mario join in France? A. PSG, B. Lyon, C. Nice, D. Marseille. What is the English word for going down to a lower league? A. Promoted, B. Loan, C. Debut, D. Relegated. What was Mario's goal tally at OGC Nice? A. 10, B. 20, C. 33, D. 50. Sometimes greatness isn't loud. Sometimes redemption isn't a trophy. It's getting back up again and again. Chapter 6. The Legacy of Why Always Me? A shirt. A question. A message to the world. Why always me? When Mario Balotelli lifted his shirt in 2011, people laughed. Others rolled their eyes. Some got angry. But behind that question was something deeper, and it stayed with him his entire career. Why was he always the headline? Why did people focus on his mistakes, not his goals? Why did the world see the fire, but not the fight? This final chapter isn't about a single game. It's about what Mario Balotelli represents. Fact drop. His career in numbers. Total matches, as of 2025, 509. Career goals, 203, club plus country. Red cards, 14. Yellow cards, 163. Trophies, Premier League, FA Cup, Serie A, X3. Coppa Italia, Champions League, UEFA Super Cup. Some say he wasted his talent. Others say he was never allowed to reach his full potential. But here are the facts. He broke racial barriers in Italian football. He became the first black Italian striker to dominate at the international level. He inspired millions of young players who looked like him. And he never stopped showing up, even when the world turned its back. English focus, legacy, language, and reflection. Word meaning, example sentence. Legacy, what you leave behind. His legacy goes beyond goals and trophies. Inspire, to motivate someone. Balotelli inspired many young players. Resilience, the ability to keep going despite hardship. His resilience showed through every comeback. Misunderstood, not truly known or accepted. Many people misunderstood Balotelli. Reflection, thinking about the past. In reflection, his career taught us many lessons. What can we learn from Balotelli? Confidence is power, but it needs guidance. Mistakes don't define you, comebacks do. Being different is hard, but it can also make you legendary. You can inspire people, even if they never say thank you. Final quiz, vocabulary and values. What word means? What you leave behind in life. A. Resilience. B. Legacy. C. Career. D. Trophy. How many total goals has Mario scored? A. 150. B. 178. C. 203. D. 220. What does "why always me" symbolize in his story? A. A funny joke. B. A complaint. C. A deeper question about fame, racism, and misunderstanding. D. A team slogan. Mario Balotelli may never win the Ballon d'Or. He may never be remembered as the greatest. But he gave us something better. A lesson in being bold. A lesson in being yourself. A lesson in never letting the world tell your story, unless you write it first. So now the final question is for you. What will your story be? Final recap, learn, remember, speak. Congratulations. You've just completed a 40-minute journey. Not just through football, but through the heart of language and life. Top vocabulary highlights. Review these words. Word meaning. Adopted, taken into another family. Outsider, someone who doesn't belong. Redemption, getting a second chance. Roar, loud, deep sound of approval. Legacy, what you leave behind. Relegated, dropped to a lower league. Misunderstood, not truly known or accepted. Comeback, return to success after a fall. Sarcastic, mocking by saying the opposite. Inspire, to motivate someone deeply. 5 idioms and expressions you learned. Expression, meaning, example sentence. Why always me? Expression of frustration/fame, he asked. Why always me? After constant press. Out of control, unmanageable. His talent was out of control, in good and bad. Blow up, become famous or explode. He blew up in the media after that goal. Light up the game, perform brilliantly. He lit up the field in that match. Follow the script, behave as expected. Mario never followed the script. Reflection questions. Great for speaking practice. What part of Balotelli's story inspired you the most? Which new English words or phrases did you enjoy learning? Can you describe a comeback in your life? What would your "why always me" moment be? Remember, English isn't just something you learn. It's something you live. And learning it through real stories makes it powerful, emotional, and unforgettable. If this story inspired you, imagine what you can learn next. Thank you for joining this journey. Rewatch, repeat new words out loud, and share this with others who want to learn English in a powerful way.